Hey there, History Hounds. It's Tentastic here, back again to delve into the sometimes glorious, sometimes cringeworthy saga of American leadership. Today, we're ranking the bottom 10, the least favorite, the oh honey, what were you thinking, US presidents? From botched policies to scandals that rocked the nation, we're diving deep into the missteps that cemented their places in the annals of oops. Let's get started. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have James Buchanan, often remembered as the president who did, well, not a whole lot, as the nation spiraled towards civil war. Buchanan believed secession was illegal, but also thought the federal government was powerless to stop it. His inaction allowed the secession crisis to fester and grow, ultimately culminating in the outbreak of the Civil War. Buchanan's passivity earned him a permanent spot on the list of America's most ineffective presidents. Coming in at number 9 is Andrew Johnson, a man who seemed determined to undermine the very ideals of the Union he fought so hard to preserve. Johnson, a Southerner himself, held deeply racist views and opposed granting full citizenship rights to formerly enslaved people. His actions fueled racial tensions and allowed white supremacy to reassert itself in the South, paving the way for the Jim Crow era. His blatant obstruction of Reconstruction earned him the distinction of being the first U.S. president to be impeached by the House of Representatives. At number 8, we have Warren G. Harding, a man whose presidency is practically synonymous with the word scandal. His administration quickly became mired in corruption and cronyism, with Harding appointing friends and political allies to key positions. The most infamous of these scandals, the Teapot Dome scandal, involved the illegal leasing of government oil reserves to private companies in exchange for bribes. While Harding himself was not directly implicated in all the scandals, his lax leadership and tendency to surround himself with shady characters ultimately tarnished his legacy. Number 7, Franklin Pierce, the Kansas-Nebraska catastrophe. Coming in at number 7 is Franklin Pierce, a man whose presidency is forever linked to the escalating tensions that led to the Civil War. Instead of seeking to calm the storm, Pierce poured fuel on the fire by supporting the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. This disastrous piece of legislation allowed for the expansion of slavery into new territories, effectively overturning the Missouri Compromise. Pierce's legacy remains overshadowed by his role in escalating the crisis over slavery and his failure to prevent the nation's descent into chaos. Number 6, Millard Fillmore, the Fugitive Slave Act enforcer. At number 6, we have Millard Fillmore, a president who played a significant role in upholding one of the most abhorrent laws in American history, the Fugitive Slave Act. Fillmore's presidency is a reminder that even seemingly moderate leaders can become complicit in upholding unjust systems, leaving a dark stain on their legacy. Number 5, Herbert Hoover, the Great Depression's unfortunate poster boy. Coming in at the halfway point of our list at number 5 is Herbert Hoover, a president whose name has become synonymous with one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Great Depression. Hoover, a staunch believer in limited government intervention, initially downplayed the severity of the Depression and resisted calls for federal assistance. While Hoover eventually implemented some relief programs, his efforts were seen as inadequate, and he left office with the unfortunate legacy of being the president who presided over the nation's deepest economic crisis. Number 4, Richard Nixon, the president who tapped his way out of office. At number 4, we have Richard Nixon, a president whose legacy is forever intertwined with one word: Watergate. The Watergate scandal began in 1972 with a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate Hotel. The release of incriminating audio recordings from the Oval Office revealed that Nixon had participated in the cover-up, ultimately leading to his resignation in the face of impeachment and possible criminal charges. While he achieved notable successes in foreign policy, his involvement in Watergate cemented his place as one of the most controversial figures in American presidential history. Number 3, George W. Bush, the War on Terror and its aftermath. Coming in at number 3, we have George W. Bush, a president whose legacy is forever linked to the September 11th terrorist attacks and the subsequent War on Terror. In 2003, Bush ordered the invasion of Iraq, citing intelligence reports that claimed Saddam Hussein's regime possessed weapons of mass destruction and had ties to terrorism. However, no such weapons were ever found, and the Iraq War became increasingly unpopular as the conflict dragged on and casualties mounted. Critics argue that the war was based on flawed intelligence and led to instability in the Middle East, while supporters maintain that it was necessary to remove Saddam Hussein from power. Bush's legacy as president is complex and will continue to be debated for years to come. Number 2, Ulysses S. Grant, from war hero to scandal-plagued president. Landing at number 2, we have Ulysses S. Grant, a Civil War hero whose presidency was tarnished by a series of scandals that overshadowed his accomplishments. Grant's presidency was plagued by corruption, with several of his appointees implicated in scandals involving bribery, fraud, and abuse of power. While Grant himself was not directly implicated in many of the scandals, his failure to address the widespread corruption within his administration tarnished his reputation. Grant's presidency serves as a cautionary tale of how even the most celebrated heroes can falter in the political arena. Number 1, John Tyler, the president who wasn't really a Whig. Tyler became president in 1841 after the death of William Henry Harrison, who served only 31 days in office before succumbing to pneumonia. Tyler's views on key issues, such as the National Bank and internal improvements, differed significantly from those of the Whig Party leadership. His refusal to support Whig policies led to a bitter rift within the party, culminating in Tyler's expulsion from the Whig Party in 1841. His inability to work with Congress and his unwavering adherence to his own principles made his presidency largely ineffective and left him with a legacy of frustration and unfulfilled potential. Lessons learned from presidential blunders. So there you have it, folks. The 10 presidents who, for various reasons, landed themselves on the wrong side of history. Studying history isn't about simply pointing fingers at the past. It's about understanding the context, the pressures, and the decisions that shaped these presidencies. Who do you think got snubbed on this list? Let me know in the comments below, and let's keep exploring the ever-fascinating, often messy world of American history together.